My twin sister Lori was diagnosed in March of last year with advanced Alzheimer's dementia. Lori was diagnosed at 56 years old. I am the primary and the only caregiver.
10 years ago, my husband was diagnosed with Alzheimer's.
When my father came to live with us, it was very unexpected and sudden. We knew that he had Alzheimer's and that the disease was progressing, but we really didn't have the skills or knowledge on how to cope with the day-to-day struggles.
My wife was diagnosed with the disease some 10 years ago. The last 2 years have been very debilitating in the sense of the disease now having fully caught up with my wife.
The hardest part about it is that they're gone, but they're still here, and you watch them deteriorate.
Even though the loved one is changing, it's what they call the long goodbye, the love is still there.
The most difficult aspect is watching him go from a very strong, self-sufficient man into somebody who has become dependent on those around us.
He disappeared. His ability to care for himself, to recognize me, that was a tough one.
There's still some person inside there that needs to be recognized and needs some help.
It's very challenging to have a parent lose their memory.
Your life changes, not just theirs, and perhaps more than theirs, because you have to be with them, and if you can't, someone does.
We are a social adult day center for adults with some form of cognitive impairment, which is typically Alzheimer's dementia, but we also see strokes, Parkinson's, Huntington's disease.
I came to the reality that I could not cope with understanding it myself.
She came into my life with me not knowing the full scope of what was going on. So it dropped into my lap. Being here allowed me to understand. They helped me transition. They helped me cope.
You need support. You need somebody. You need something there that will help you.
It takes a village to manage this care. You cannot do it by yourself.
I came in here kicking and screaming, thinking no one could take as good a care of him as I could, and I was proven wrong. We both found a home here.
Eisenhower 5-star mitigates the ups and the downs.
My goal is to keep my wife with me at home as long as possible.
Our program works in keeping your loved one in that middle zone as long as we can, so that you can manage their care at home before you need a skilled nursing facility. Keeps the costs down, gives your loved one a full day's calendar of events in the hopes that as they progress through the disease, it's a lot more manageable than if they were not doing a program like this. And it buys you time.
It extended his life, and it certainly extended mine.
Because of what happens here at the Memory Care Center, families can stay together longer, and you just can't put a price tag on that.
We hold hands at night in bed, and if I put her over in one of these places, how am I going to hold her hand at night in bed and reminisce with her?
All of our activities and events are geared towards enhancing cognitive skills. So we're working on socialization, brain stimulation, physical activity with them. Those are things that we know keep the disease from progressing at a fast and steady pace. On the outside, it looks like it's fun and games. We're actually working on skill sets to improve the quality of life for your loved one.
She needs that tremendously, rather than just sitting at home.
They feed them a delicious, healthy meal. They have snacks provided.
My husband tested higher on all his cognitive skills after 6 months.
There were capabilities there that I was not aware of, that he was certainly not having at home.
Eisenhower has helped keep her as functional as she is.
He had a new spark to him that I had not seen in some time.
The days that we pick up my father from memory care, he's more alert, more active. He engages in conversation. He sleeps better at night.
When she wasn't down here, there was something missing.
He was more articulate when he left here than he was when he got here. There was a big difference.
It allows me a break so that I can get daily routines done.
So that you can be an effective caregiver for your loved one. We're offering the family a chance to step away from full-time caregiving and do what they need to do during the day to maintain their own life.
It was a wonderful thing to have a day off without worrying about my father.
It has taken some of the burden off of our family, and he loves coming here.
It makes the stress go down. It makes the happiness come back.
And the caregivers here are phenomenal. They are truly dedicated to taking care of the patients.
The staff is relentless in making sure that the client is engaged.
They're amazing.
Unbelievable. It's a sense of family and community. We wouldn't be able to do as well as we do without Eisenhower.
So many tips and strategies we have learned from the support groups.
There's always someone who's either experienced it or has heard about something. You can't just dig that up on your own.
They are invaluable. They will help you with not only having a place for your loved one to go to, but it's the resources in the community that help make it easier for you.
The real learning came with sharing those stories with others.
It's nice to know that there's others out there that understand you and can help support you.
There were friendships that came out of the support group and the Memory Care Center that I will treasure for the rest of my life.
We enjoy being with them for who they are and what they are, regardless of what they don't remember. Because for us, that doesn't make any difference. That person still has value, and that's why we love what we do.
We would be lost without them.
We're the only adult daycare in the Coachella Valley that do the kind of work that we do. The facility has been here for 37 years. We have seen an increase in the number of patients who require our services, and we just don't have a space that's big enough to accommodate everything that people are going through.
We have started a new project fund to raise $5 million to build a new building.
The new building will have better disability access, updated equipment, newer restroom facilities, new bathing facilities, a brand new kitchen that will offer us the chance to do cooking and baking skills with them.
The support rooms, an atrium where there is gardening, putt-putt golf.
It will have a walkway that they're allowed to wander.
And enjoy the scenery and just sort of be free.
It would be interactive, the ocean, the desert, music. And we've listened to the community, to staff, we've talked to the caretakers. They have shared with us what is important to them. We have to help our family, and our community is our family.
We're looking to start an endowment fund that would allow us to have scholarships available to anyone in the Valley who needs it. The people who need our services, who cannot afford to bring their loved one here.
It's so profoundly significant to the people in our desert who need it.
Eisenhower is committed to get this new building. They know the need.
They've given us space to build a new facility.
None of us knows when we're going to be affected by this.
It could be us. Today, we are trying to raise $5 million. By building this building, by raising this money, we then make a difference to our own future.
Eisenhower has been truly a gift to God.
Gives me hope.
If there is a more worthy cause in the desert, I just don't know what it is.
It is life-saving.
Alzheimer's takes a lot, but I refuse to let it take what we have from us. And that's just not going to happen.
Memories are worth fighting for, and then some.